I'm Michael Popok. This is MeidasTouch Network, and I am tired and firing back at the Democrats who are wringing their hands and backbiting and doing some internal stabbing of Joe Biden over the pardon of his son. Now, look, I get the pardon is lengthy. The only one I think is comparable to the 10-year period of the pardon that was given by Joe Biden to his son is the one that President Ford gave Nixon for all crimes against the United States for a time period. I'm sure they even had and pulled from the archives the Nixon pardon to use as the model for the Biden pardon of Hunter Biden, giving him a 10-year pardon. But there's a reason for that. When you have an incoming president, an incoming potential FBI director in Kash Patel, an incoming attorney general in Pam Bondi, who have all said in bending the knee to Donald Trump, in pledging loyalty, even against their obligations under the Constitution and to the American people, to go after all of those people who are perceived enemies of Donald Trump on his enemies list, and to use his presidency and to co-opt and destroy the independence of the Attorney General's office and the FBI and use his presidency for retribution and retaliation. What else would you expect Joe Biden to do? And all these Democrats that are coming forward, where were they boo-hooing when Donald Trump was handing out pardons left and right to everybody on his, everybody from 2016 to 2020 that he could? And where are they going to be when Donald Trump in the first 100 days, if not the first 20 days, starts signing, and they've already been prepared, I assure you, pardons galore for the Jan 6th insurrectionists, that's a couple of thousand, for all of the people that are MAGA in Congress during that time period, that's a few hundred. Everybody in Trump world, that's another 100. Where is he for that? Where are these people going to be attacking that? What do they think if they play nice now and they say, "Oh, please, Trump, don't you abuse your pardon power? See, we're going after Joe Biden." F that. F that. Where were you people? Where were you Democrats when Trump was handing out pardons to Roger Stone in the eve of his trial, or Paul Manafort, his campaign director, or Steve Bannon, okay, for Build the Wall, or Mike Flynn for his felonies, or Jared Kushner's father, okay, who's now apparently going to be rewarded with the ambassador to France? Where were you? And if you weren't anywhere, then shut the legal AF up now. You can't figure out why Joe Biden changed his mind? Really? Let me explain it to you. Joe Biden didn't run for office again. When he was running for office, he thought it was bad form and a bad look, and I probably agree with him at the time, to promise to pardon Hunter Biden. He had a campaign commitment that he was trying to make to the American people if they were going to reelect him, that he was going to do it on the up and up. But that doesn't mean he didn't think, as he wrote in his memo to the American people in support of his pardon. And by the way, there is no requirement under the Constitution and the unfettered power of the presidency to issue a pardon. Completely unfettered. We know that from the United States Supreme Court decision over the summer in July, in immunity. There's no requirement that it have an accompanying memo. You didn't have to write a memo. You just sign the pardon and leave it to the rest of us to figure out why he did it. But that's not Joe Biden. And that's why we respect Joe Biden. And if Joe Biden, if it was another Joe Biden, he probably would have ran for re-election and won. He wrote a memo to tell you why he's changed over time. Also, there's a deadline coming up here. Nobody's really talked about it, but December 16th was going to be the sentencing for Hunter Biden in one of the two cases. He got convicted on, he pled guilty on one related to tax evasion, and he was convicted of gun charges, owning a gun for 12 days and lying on a federal form. You know how many people go to jail for that in this country, or get prosecuted for that in this country? For those that aren't watching, it's zero. If his name was Hunter Goldberg or Hunter Schwartz or Hunter Capadonna, he would not have had this problem. He had this problem because they were using Hunter Biden to try to embarrass Joe Biden. All the dick pics and junk photos and things that they got off the Hunter Biden laptop and all of that. And what did it have to do with national security, national policy, or Joe Biden? Hunter Biden will be the first one to tell you he was in the throes of a tremendous drug addiction. right? He was circling the drain of his life, an embarrassment to his family and to himself. He's the first one to tell you that. But that puts you in jail because you're also the son of the president? Come on. Come on. Your schedule is busy, and sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously. You don't have the time to go to a doctor's office to get treated for ED. Through HIMS, you can get a personalized ED treatment without stepping foot outside your door. HIMS is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. HIMS provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments, such as chewable hard mints, proven treatments like Viagra and Cialis, or their generics for up to 95% cheaper. The process is simple and 100% online. No uncomfortable doctor's visits. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. HIMS has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers. So if ED is getting you down, it's time you find the option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/legalaf. That's HIMS.com/legalaf for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/legalaf. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products, which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply, and see website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Bill Clinton pardoned Roger, his son-in-law, his half-brother, Roger Clinton, for drugs. This is not the first time that a father has done something or for a family member in the way of pardons. Look at Donald Trump. He pardoned the son-in-law, the son-in-law's father. He just named him to the ambassador of France. The memo that Joe Biden laid out told the reason he's changed his mind. One, he's not running any longer. Okay, he didn't run. Kamala Harris ran. And so the moral promise that he made to America, I don't think applied any longer. And he gave a long 10-year protection for Hunter, which I agree is unusual because he had to. If he left any daylight and didn't give him full pardon protection for the 10-year period, which is basically the statute of limitations, the new Department of Justice run by Donald Trump would go after Hunter Biden. We know that. He's promised that. So stop the hand-wringing and the backbiting. Let the Republicans do their job. They want to complain about it, in a bout of hypocrisy before Donald Trump gets done writing all of his. He's going to write so many pardons, we won't be able to do enough hot takes in a year to cover them on the MeidasTouch Network or Legal AF. All right? So enough. The thing that I woke up to, which was we're disappointed in Joe Biden. He said it was political and weaponized, but it wasn't, because he really had the gun for 12. I don't know why I'm making him sound like babies. Maybe because I have one. He owned a gun for 12 days. He filled out a form. Oh. I mean, this is ridiculous. I love the fact that Joe Biden pushed back and said, I'm going to write a memo. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think it was weaponized. I think that Daniel Weiss, who was the special prosecutor, only went after my son because he was pushed to do so by MAGA, who was all over them in the House Oversight Committee and the House Judiciary Committee, and he was constantly being pilloried in the press. And so he walked away from a perfectly reasonable plea deal that would have resolved all of Hunter Biden's charges in Delaware. The special counsel walked away from it because he was getting flack from the Republicans about it. He should have done the plea deal. And instead he went after him with two separate prosecutions to put him in jail for 12 or 15 years. I mean, it's just, if you don't, as a human being and even as a politician, understand why Joe Biden is now rethinking his initial promise not to pardon Hunter Biden and having then protected him, then you're an idiot. I mean, I hate to just call you out, but you're not thinking clearly. And don't play into the hands of the Republicans, okay? Unless you're going to take to the same pulpit and the same bully pulpit and get on the same news shows, and you're going to tell this same story and be just as critical when Donald Trump signs a couple of thousand pardons. I mean, it's almost like, am I watching the obey in advance problem that I keep hearing about? Is this the knee bending and other, surprised myself. Is this the knee bending and other things that's going on? You know, with MSNBC kissing the tuchus of Donald Trump down in Mar-a-Lago? Is that what we're seeing? Is this the Democratic representatives and senators are almost like, well, if we criticize Joe Biden's decision to pardon Hunter, maybe Donald Trump won't issue as many pardons on his own. Are you effing out of your mind? What are you smoking? You don't think Donald Trump and his minions aren't laughing their ass off over this cannibalization among the Democrats about Joe Biden and his pardon? Back the F off. It's not helping. It's not right. It's not ethical what you're doing. It's not helping. It may be helping you think it's helping your political fortunes. We're trying to recover from a terrible election and regain our footing going into the midterms. This is not helping. I was fired up for this hot take. I was like, where's the microphone? I told my wife, unpack everything. We were about to leave the hotel. Let's go. And I appreciate you being here. MeidasTouch Network. We have a show. Legal AF. Now you know why we called it that. Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time here on this YouTube channel. Tuesday nights, I'm doing Popok Live. It's like this. Right here on the MeidasTouch Network. Popok Live, 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. And then pick me up on Legal AF, the YouTube channel. We have so much to talk about at the intersection of law and politics. We brought forth to this great nation a new YouTube channel called Legal AF. And I'm over there. Hit the free subscribe button. We're doing it in collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network. So until my next round of reporting and commentary here, there, anywhere on Legal AF topics, it's Michael Popok reporting. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.